We had today a long debate with the Secretary General of NATO this morning with High Representative Vice President Mogherini. We had today a session of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the European Parliament and the Chairman of the Defense and Foreign Affairs Committees of national parliaments of the European Union. And I think it was very helpful that the Secretary General was there. It became clear, this situation, that there was a broad support for that NATO is needed for the collective defense of Europe. And I think that's the point which becomes now more and more clear because of the situation in the east and in the south and everywhere. Secondly, we discussed missions like the NATO mission on the Aegean Sea, which is very helpful, which helps us to bring two countries together in order to bring order in the refugee situation in a new way of humanity and of way that we can deal with that properly. And I think that this is of the utmost importance. And we believe also that a further integration of the secure defense policy of the European Union is seen now by NATO as a possibility to strengthen NATO. It's not a contradicting NATO, it's complementary to NATO. And I think this debate is over within the European Union, and I think that is a very good development to have that. And I believe that the rest, because he knows much more about it, the Secretary General should explain to you. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. And once again, it was a great pleasure to meet with the Foreign Relations Committee of the European Parliament and to meet with the Chairman, Elmar Brok. And I think we had a very good discussion for actually 1.5 hours. We addressed many different issues and topics. My main message was about the importance of developing and strengthening the cooperation between the European Union and NATO. And we are making progress in many different areas, like hybrid, like cyber, and common challenges we face, the European Union and NATO. But now, most recently, we are also making progress in developing the cooperation between the European Union and NATO when it comes to tackling the migrant and the refugee crisis. As you all know, NATO's Ministers of Defense decided 2 weeks ago that NATO shall help with tackling the migrant and refugee crisis. We have already deployed ships, maritime assets to the Aegean Sea. They do monitoring. And we are now, as we discuss, working on the practical details, legal issues, operational issues on how to implement this decision. And this is about how we can help Turkey, how we can help Greece, but also how we can assist Frontex and the European Union. This is important for Europe. This is important to step up the efforts to fight the smugglers, the illegal networks, and of course we are ready to provide the help to the European Union when it's asked for, and that's the reason why I also welcome the decision and the work which is now going on related to how it's going to be implemented.
Mr. Secretary General, without an operational plan yet approved by the NAC, what are the ships in the Aegean doing? What can't they do without the op plan approved? And the Greeks have stepped up their criticism of Turkey. Are you at all worried that the territorial disputes, the other issues, could derail full implementation of the mission?
The standing NATO Maritime Group number 2, which is the group which we have deployed to the Aegean Sea, the group already has the mandate to do monitoring. So they already monitor the situation in the sea or where they are deployed. And they also, of course, have the mandate to share that information with NATO allies, because this is a NATO standing maritime group, meaning that they, of course, can share that information with other NATO allies. But we would like to do more. That's the reason why we are now addressing how to develop the technical, the operational mandate, the guidelines for the presence of NATO ships in the Aegean Sea. I think it will be wrong if I go into the details before we have concluded on all the details. But we made the decision just a couple of weeks ago. We are working very focused on how to solve all the remaining legal and practical issues, and then to expand our activity beyond what we already have the mandate to do.
From Al-Arabiya, Mr. Secretary General, I have a question to both, also to Mr. Elmar Brok, the same question. Turkey is shelling the Kurds in North Syria. Those who are women and men fight Daesh, and they liberate, for example, Kobani, etc. Now they are being targeted by Turkey as a member of the NATO alliance. Which advice, a little bit, that if you can explain what was your message to Turkey in this sense, and if maybe Mr. Elmar Brok also can comment on the Turkish shelling of the Kurds. Thank you.
Turkey is the ally most affected by the turmoil, the violence in Syria and Iraq. Turkey has received more than 2 million refugees, and Turkey has also suffered from terrorist attacks. And of course, I think that this just reminds us of how complex, how difficult the situation in the region is. And the importance then is to call for calm, for de-escalation, and to support all efforts to find a political negotiated solution. And that's the reason why I so strongly welcome the agreement between Russia and the United States on cessation of hostilities. This has to be implemented, it has to be respected, and it has to be monitored, because that can be the first step towards renewed efforts to get real peace negotiations on track, to find a political negotiated solution, and to establish a more lasting ceasefire. So I think the fighting, the violence, the turmoil in Syria and along the borders with Turkey just underlines the importance of calm, de-escalation, and to implement the agreement on cessation of hostilities, which was reached yesterday.
Thank you very much. If I can make a final remark, we are thankful that NATO does its assistance job. And we're thankful that they coordinate us between Turkey and Greece, which is needed, because only if there's a common approach, the fight against human traffickers is possible. The tragedy of migration can become under control. And I would like to say also that everyone, the European Union, including Greece, is well advised to find a solution together with Turkey. A look on a map would be enough. And if that would not be done, I think this cannot become under control, and therefore it's helpful to have NATO on board. Thank you very much.
Thank you.